Would you like to know a simple technique that can clear your head, bring clarity, bring focus, get rid of that mental heavy fogginess that might be in your head and in your brain, help your body feel lighter, help your eyes sparkle and bring the smile back to your face? Hi, I'm Colleen, registered kinesiologist and instructor and practitioner. I'm going to share with you and show you step by step a simple little process that you can do anywhere, anytime for yourself and for other people. Whenever you feel there's a need to refresh, reset, clear the head, bring some energy and focus and awareness back at any point in time, or where there's been any stress of any kind or a shock of any kind, okay? Now, none of what I show you replaces the normal protocol through a health professional, okay? These are add-ons and extra things and techniques that once you know them, you can introduce into your life every day and enjoy a better state of health and wellness for yourself and for those that you love and care about too. This process, this little technique is called the Cortices tapping technique. And it's one I use every single time in my clinic practice and on myself also. So I'm going to share it with you today because a lot of people are under a lot of stress and strain at the moment, okay? And anything that we can do that brings that brain center back to a nice even balance and a nice integrated approach for our left and our right and our front and our back brain has to be a good thing, right? So there's a couple of principles to notice with this technique. It will involve a little bit of tapping. And it's usually tapping here, just over where our heart center is. So on that breastbone and that sternum, we just give a gentle little tap. Just try it now. Now it's just a gentle, soft tap, all right? You can also tap out from the body as well. This creates a vibration. Tapping is an energy, it's a vibration, and it tells the body, oh, this is the part of the body you want me to pay attention to, right? So this little tapping is really, really important. So we want our heart center and we also want our brain center to be in unison with each other, our heart and our brain. All right. They say the longest journey in life is that 6 inches from the heart to the brain. Okay, so we also tap. We tap the head. Now, in some cultures, it's not advisable, it's not protocol to tap the head. So you can tap just above the head, will do the same trick. If you don't touch the body, you can tap head and heart. Okay, so when we do this, where the body is taking notice and it's alerting itself to, oh, there's something you want me to take notice of. So the whole point, folks, is to integrate our heart and our head center, the brain and the heart. When these two centers can align, when they can integrate, then you've got better balance, better harmony, better, just feeling better all over, better decisions are made. You just feel better, you feel in control and things like that. By the way, these are some of the things I show you when I do my wellbeing and alignment group classes. So if you're interested in learning how to do this and other things for yourself, do be sure to reach out to me when the next classes are on, okay? So that's step one. The next thing to think about, it needs to be an exaggerated breath all the way in, all the way out. Now, the breath, I don't need to tell you, I'm sure you realize, is very, very important, for obvious reasons. But in our field of work, we understand that the breath is important because it scans the body. The breath, when we're breathing in, scans the higher realms of our thoughts and our minds, and all the way out, the breath is able to scan the bones and the muscles and the tissue of our body. So the breath kind of acts like a scan through the body, right? And it can see, like, an ECG scan, what is going on. So that's why the breath is important, all right? It scans this metaphysical level of the body up and down, in and out, in all directions. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk to you about is it's a simple technique where you are focused on just placing your hand at certain parts on your head. The thing to do is keep your fingers together and your thumbs together. So it's not spread fingers. We want the palm to be nice and joined like this. And our focus, our intention, our aim is all we need to do is try and remember to focus on the outer layers of the brain. The brain has a reptilian aspect to it, which is a core center. It has a limbic brain more on the in the middle part. And then it has the cortices, which are the outer lobes of the brain. Okay, and that's the part we're working on with this cortices technique, is the outer lobes of the brain. So we've got our frontal lobe, our thinking area. We've got our temporal lobes of our brain just here. We've got our parietal and occipital at the back and our parietal area here. We've also got a left and a right side and a front and a back. So it's really important to know that we are integrating and balancing the aspects of the outer cortices. So when we hold and we tap, the brain is able to recognize, and our focus is on the frontal lobe here. We are integrating left and right sides of the brain, of the cortices of the brain. Okay, so when we're under stress and strain, often our brain will revert back to the dominant side. What we're wanting to do here is integrate left and right sides of the brain and have the brain come back to a nice state of balance, because when things are stressful, the fight and flight response and things like that can kick in. The brain and the body will want to harmonize. If we give it enough rest and a space to do that, the brain will come back and do it for us. So what we do with this technique is, as I say, we keep a palm open like this with the fingertips, together, not spread out. So try and keep that together. There's a lot of energy that runs through our palms of our hands and our fingers. We simply want to cover our whole head with the palms of our hand and incorporate the tapping and incorporate the breathing. All right. So you can do the sitting, standing, lying down. And the first position to hold is the occiput, or the back of the head, where the skull meets the neck. Okay, the top of the vertebrae there. So I'm holding my hand like this at the back of my head. And with my other hand, I'm gently tapping. Now, I'm not just tapping on this or this side or front or back. I'm open hand and I'm tapping across both sides, both hemispheres of my brain. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. And then tapping here over the cortices, breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. When you've done that for a couple of cycles of breath, you like caterpillar your palm up to the next area so you don't miss any part of the brain. So I'll show you. So I'm just taking my hand up to the next level because I want to cover the whole aspect of my head. And actually, I'm thinking about the occiput area, the back part of my brain for those cortices. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. And also the cold spots that are a part of our brain, that the energy or information or blood flow hasn't gotten to. That's what we're doing. Caterpillar up again to reach the top, usually at the top of your head. Now, if you've got a little head, it will take less positional movements. If you've got a little hand, it will take more. If you've got a bigger hand, it'll take less movements, right? It's only natural to think about that. Breathing in, breathing out. And I'll just tip my head down so you can see. And for me, I can get that last position and it sits just in front of my eyebrows. And it's a light hold, okay? We're not holding heavily. Little tap there, each side of the brain. My focus is on the frontal lobe, the outer cortices or cortexes of the brain, and tapping here. This is all part of quantum physics. Understanding and respecting and honoring those parts of our body, how they're made up, and how we can connect with those parts of our body to better look after ourselves. Breathing in, breathing out. Great. And there's only one more part to do, and this is this temporal lobes, which happen, and the way to do that is place the hands like this. So we often see ourselves doing that, don't we, for different reasons. So here I am with the heel of my hand about where the temples are, and it's just reaching back. If that's too hard, then you can, on your hands, you can go this position as well. So this is the aspect of the temporal lobe. So what I do here is I hold, bring my attention to those aspects of the temporal lobe, keep one hand in place, release the other hand, breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. I can replace my hand there again. Breath in, tapping, and breathing out. So it's around 2 cycles, and there you have it. And then you can assess how you're feeling afterwards. It's good to assess the before and the after and notice what's changed. You might find that your vision is sharper. You can see detail and clarity and more color. You might just feel a release of stress here. You might feel more upright and centered in your back and front of your body. You might feel more upright. So folks, these are wonderful techniques, all part of the healing arts, and do this for yourself. Try and learn it, remember it, do it every day, and just notice how it gets you through your day. And especially do it if there's been any immediate stress or anything like that, or shock or anything at all, and bring in this wonderful balancing cortices technique. Thank you very much. This is Colleen, Priority Wellness. Get a little sparkle in your life, looking after you. Health is in your hands.